excited for tonight. We have three amazing ladies on here, and I am so excited to hear from them. I know you guys are as well. I wanted to do this Zoom solely for the fact that I believe everybody should join this business. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter if you're 18, 20, 80, 50, 60. It doesn't matter. I don't think there's any such thing as, starting too late to dream big, or calling it quits because you're like, I don't have anything else to do, but my time is over with, like I could have done it then, I'm not going to do it. I don't believe in any of that. I believe no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter your background, where you come from, everybody is allowed to dream. And I know, and that because I'm so thankful that I learned to dream early at a young age, I know I'm going to dream when I'm 70, 80. I will always continue to dream. And I know a lot of people, number one, they never learn to dream. They never learn to, do anything different than what they know, right? And then we have people that don't learn to dream until they're, 50 or 60, or maybe in their 30s, So I just want tonight to be about highlighting these women and just letting them share their success stories with you about how they're signing customers, they're signing distributors, and most importantly, their mindset. Because at the end of the day, I'm 27 years old, and there's nothing different between me and someone that's older besides what's going on up here. Because I know I personally don't care about how old somebody is. If I love them and I like them, I want to buy for them just as if they were younger and the same age as me. And so a lot of people don't think that way. And these women right here are going to be the voices for you and the people who have yet to join this business, and maybe even somebody that's left. I want you to send them this video and let it be a reminder to you that it's never too late to stop dreaming, and you can have success and you deserve it just like anybody else. Okay. So first up, we have Mama B, Miss Carolyn Bledsoe. I'm going to go ahead and unmute her, guys. This woman is phenomenal. She is just such a bright light of energy and just one of the sweetest people I have ever met. I think we met over in Asheville. I think that may have been the first time that we met each other. But every time I see her at an event, she has a smile on her face. She's excited. She is so passionate, and she has such an amazing story, you guys. So give it up for her, and go ahead and make sure you have a pen and a paper out, because she is going to say some amazing things to you guys tonight.
Hey, you guys, how are y'all doing? Hi, Brittany. Hi, Karen. Hi, Kim. I'm so honored to be on here. And, Brittany, I know you asked me to do this, and, I am. Anytime anyone's ever asked me to come onto their team and speak, I just am just so honored. Like, out of all the people you could have chosen for you to ask me, I just want to thank you, first of all, for that. I want to thank all of you all for showing up tonight, because that means a lot. That speaks volumes to your upline. It lets them know that you're wanting to learn. Like, I'm still a student, y'all. Like, I might be going on 59 years old, but I'm a student, you guys. Like, I'm still learning every single day. But I just want to take the first couple of minutes here. I know this is how Brittany kind of has it set up. So I'm just going to tell y'all a little bit about me, because some of y'all might not know who I am. So I actually have a name, Carolyn Bledsoe, but no one calls me Carolyn Bledsoe. Everyone calls me Mama B. It's been something started ever since my kids were little. Their friends called me Mama B. So that's just kind of stuck. So, so I'm going to go back just a few years ago, before I got involved with It Works, and how I ended up here. Back in 2016, I don't like getting emotional as soon as I start talking. Anyway, back in 2016, I found myself going through a divorce, a very unexpected divorce. And my occupation at that time was, I drove a tractor trailer. My husband and I, we owned 2 semi trucks. I had driven a semi truck for 20 years. wasn't the typical kind of truck driving. I toured with the Rolling Stones. I toured with U2. It was pretty exciting, but it was exciting while I was out there and I wasn't all alone, all by myself. It got pretty darn scary when I found that now I'm out there having to do it by myself. But my divorce was a catalyst to me just going into a deep, dark depression, you guys. Like I was so frightened and so scared. And I remember being in my truck in Wyoming, and I remember calling my daughter, and my daughter Heather's on here right now, and I love her dearly because she actually saved her mama's life. But I remember calling my daughter, and I was contemplating taking my life that night. And every time I say it, it's a hard thing to say, you guys. It's really hard because I know what that probably did to my daughter to say those words and to say it to her. But God made sure she answered that phone that night. And my kids are everything to me, you guys. My kids and God are everything to me. And it was just, Heather had gotten involved also in this business. And thank goodness she had, because my mind was not in a good place. But then my health declined really, really bad. It got to the point my weight had escalated to 260 pounds. I was depressed. I was eating away my pain. And I woke up one morning at my house in North Carolina. I had to go to the hospital. They thought I had had a stroke, and my daughter walked away from everything to come to North Carolina and take care of me. And one of the first things she needed to do was get her mom back to a better place, mentally, physically. And, you know, I owe such a debt of gratitude to my little girl. Like she is, she's an amazing woman, y'all. And she got me started using the products. And in my first month, I lost 20 pounds. And she's like, Mom, you know, why don't you, she didn't want me going back out on the truck, driving a semi. Her and my son were petrified having me out on the truck. And she's like, Mom, why don't you do this business? Y'all, I was that mid 50s that said, Heather, I can't do what you're doing. I can't. I don't have a clue. I know how to post on Facebook. I know how to take pictures. She's like, Mom, that's all you need to know how to do. You like to talk to people. You've always been someone, like, people tease me now on my team. They're like, that I'll talk to a cockroach. Like if they want to buy coffee, I'll talk to them. I don't care. But, you know, I took a chance, you guys. I stepped out in 100% faith over fear, because it couldn't be any worse than what I was living. Like it could not be any worse than what I was living. And I am so grateful that she brought this opportunity to me, because within 10 months, I was driving that truck 70 hours a week, you guys. But because I had the determination and the grit, and I knew my why was to get off that truck. I didn't want my life to be on that truck. I knew I was made for something bigger. And within 10 months, I retired from a 20-year career driving the truck. Within 10 months, fitting it in wherever I could in the nooks and cranny of my day of driving that semi truck. If I stopped to pee, I sent a message. And in 14 months, I went triple diamond, which still kind of blows my mind, you guys. Like, and I'm just here to tell y'all that don't you dare count yourself out for your age. Age is an excuse. Like I have a 78-year-old on my team. Like age is a number, you guys. If you have breath left in your body, you can do this business. Don't ever, ever, ever count yourself out. I am living, walking proof every day that I can do this, and every single one of you all can too.
Oh my God, that was so good. I love that you said age is an excuse. That right there Like that hit hard. Yeah, it hit hard. I just want to inform you guys, my internet connection is really bad right now. It's been robotic over here. So I'm praying that the upload goes through. In case I overlap or talk over anybody, it's not intentional. Disclaimer, okay? So your story, just like, I feel like when you spoke at events, it's just something you don't forget, you know? It's something that, I never forgot personally because of just how inspiring it is for somebody that, came from that job to go to where you are now in such a short amount of time is crazy. And so, when it comes to the success and it comes to enrolling customers and team members, do you feel like you do anything different than somebody my age? And if so, how do you approach people? I feel like, someone that does join, they wonder, like, how am I going to be like my upline, or how am I going to sell this? My friends aren't big on social media. It wasn't big, when we were younger. So like, how do you go about having all this success?
Well, first of all, I use what God gifted me with, my mouth. Like I don't need a computer. I have a mouth and I have a heart and I have a story and I have results and I can whip out results. I blew this up so y'all could see it instead of putting it on my phone, but y'all, I have my results at the flip of a switch, like pow, like y'all, like it's like you gotta have, like, that's me, y'all. That was me on the truck. And that's me now. I've lost 80 pounds, y'all. Like, you have to be living, walking proof. Like, we just had a Zoom last night with our team. And one of the things that I will tell you, you know what the biggest takeaway, if y'all don't take anything away from what I say tonight, you know what you have to do this business? You have to believe it in here. Once you believe it in here, once you realize, look, I don't know if y'all are people of faith. I am. So I'm going to speak what God lays on my heart to say. And God took all my pain and he gave me a purpose. He is letting me share my story with every single person I encounter, because guys, people walk around with smiles on their faces all the time. I did. Not one person in my little town for an entire year knew that I had gotten divorced. I held the biggest smile on my face, but I cried myself to sleep every night. There are a lot of people out there walking around in pain, you guys. A lot of people walking around in pain. And when you realize you have an opportunity that God has given you to now change someone else's life, nothing will shut you up. But you got to believe it in your heart. You'll never, in my opinion, this is how I look at it. My business has succeeded because I share from my heart, and I know I'm changing lives. And I know that every day I wake up, I have the opportunity to change one more life. Y'all know I pray every night. I'm like, God, bring me one more person that I can change their life. It is not easy sharing my journey and my story, talking about divorce. Guys, divorce to me is shame. That's how I was brought up. Like, if your marriage ended, you need to be ashamed of that. That's how I was brought up. But guys, I'm a new person. I'm a new person today. There is no shame in my life right now. God took the ashes that I came up from, like the broken pieces of me, he rebuilt me to the woman that you all see today. And I'm enough. And I share that with people. And what I'm telling you is, yes, I know you were asking me, how do I, like younger people, you are using the TikTok. Y'all, I did one TikTok video. I put a lime green tutu on and I danced to Dancing Queen. I've done one. It's not my thing, y'all. It's not my thing. And that's okay. You know, we talk about all the time, stay in your lane, stay with what you're comfortable with. I don't have to be Brittany. I don't have to be my daughter. You know, that show, The Greatest Showman, or The Greatest Show on Earth, that one, that song, This Is Me. This is me. I'm enough. I don't have to be any one of any of you all. All I have to do is be me. And I let that infectious spirit, I put it out there to everyone else and let them know it doesn't matter how broken you are. You can start over at any age in your life, because after your biggest battle is your biggest blessing is going to come. And I'm never, ever going to count myself out ever again, because God's got such bigger plans coming for me. There's thousands more Carolyns out there that are hurting. And until I reach every Carolyn out there that their heart has been broken, that their world has felt like it's crumbled, until I reach every single one of those Carolyns out there, I will not stop. I will not shut up. I will be loud. I will be proud, because I have a way to change someone's life. And it's not about selling coffee, you guys. I do not sell coffee. I give people hope. That's my purpose, giving people hope because someone gave me hope. That's what it all boils down to.
Oh my God, chills. I think you're moving everybody right now. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like borderline crying right now. Everything you say, yes, chills, nonstop. Amazing. Oh my gosh. So, okay. I want this to like also be something that wakes all of us up right now. If you're somebody that loves going out in public and, you know, blitzing or connecting with people and things, are you avoiding adding somebody that looks like her on social media? Because you could potentially be avoiding or not even intentionally avoiding, but totally missing out on a triple diamond strictly just because you're saying, oh, she's too old. And you're just looking for people like you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no wall in between me and somebody that's her age. You can still attract people like this, and she can attract people like us at our age. There's no difference. Age isn't even, like she said, age isn't even a thing. It has nothing to do with it. And so I wanted to just ask you one more thing. If someone told you that they were too old to start this business with you, what would you tell them? What would you tell that person?
I would just ask them what makes them think age is. I would delve deeper into it. Like, why do you feel age is a restriction on this? Because I see you on social media, you're posting pictures on social media, you're interacting with people on social media, you go to your church, you talk to people, you pray with people. Like, if you've got a heart and you're breathing, you're not too old. Like, you have to have that conversation. You can't be afraid to say those things. Like, and you know, look, there are going to be people that will absolutely say they don't want to do it. That's okay. All I know is God's going to bring the right people to me. The people that God crosses my path, we're going to have a conversation. And I'm looking at some of y'all I don't know on here, but I'm looking at some of y'all's names, and I see a girl named Jasmine on here, and I know Carla, I see Kim. Look, who Jasmine is meant to, a life that Jasmine is meant to touch, Carolyn, Mama B, is not going to touch that life, because God knew before the day I took my first breath, when I was born, the lives that I was going to encounter and the lives that I was going to touch. I just listened to Steve Furtick this past Sunday, Elevation Church, and that's what he's talking about. He said, before you ever took your first breath, God knew your entire plan for your life. He knew that on February 1st, 2019, Mama B was going to be sitting on a couch in Amalie Arena speaking to one lady in the audience. Y'all, I want y'all to hear me right now. One lady in that audience came up to me because I shared on stage the fact that I was going to take my life. Do you know how many people approached me after I spoke on that stage? Mama B, Mama B. It overwhelmed me, you guys. You know, the one person I remember from the entire event, the lady that hugged me and said, I needed to hear you tonight because I was going to kill myself tonight. What if I had not spoken on that stage, you guys? That was the entire reason that I was supposed to be on that couch and share my story that day, because that lady needed to hear from me. She didn't need to hear from Brittany. She didn't need to hear from Heather. God knew that day, February 1st, 2019, you're going to share a story that's going to change someone's life. Guys, every single one of you all are meant to touch someone's life out there. Don't walk past that person that you think is not that person. You have the ability to change someone's life. If you believe that when you get off this Zoom, you will never shut up. You will never stop talking. You will never stop reaching out. You will never stop messaging, because it's in your hands. It's in your hands, you guys.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So just, I don't even have words after this. Like, you are just, your story and just the impact that you've made, you guys, it's so important to understand that you are going to be that person for somebody else. Maybe it's not saving someone's life in that sense, but you are going to save many people the same way your upline has helped you. Without my upline, the whole timeline would be different. So many things would be different in my life. Like, I would be struggling. And so I consider myself, I feel like I was saved because of this business. And that's why it's so important to ask. It's so important not to judge, because you don't know who needs this business. She needed this business. And think about it. It's a chain reaction when you think about it. If whoever asked Heather, her daughter, if that person didn't ask her daughter to join the business, then Mama B wouldn't be in this business. And that woman, who knows what would have happened, you know? And so you got to understand that you changing one person's life, it's so much bigger than that. It's so much greater than that. You could literally be signing up the next person that goes ambassador diamond, or even diamonds. Who's a diamond on here? Put a 3 in the chat if you're a diamond. You have so many people under you right now, and you are helping them in so many ways. Even a ruby, as a distributor with one person under you. You guys don't understand the impact that you're making right now and the plans that God has for you. And it's so important to remember that you are in complete control of everything, and how you show up and who you impact. And sometimes you don't know until it happens, but it's such a beautiful thing. And you know, we're all here for so much more than what we think we're here for. And so just you sharing that, I think, put that into perspective for all of us. So any last tip you want to share on signing customers and how you sign customers and work the business, like strategy wise? Do you work it any differently than anybody else?
I'll be honest with you guys. The best way my business has grown has been doing Facebook Lives. I basically do them every single day. When you do a Facebook Live, people hear your heart, people hear your excitement, people hear your energy, people get to know you. If you're sending messages to people, stop texting them, send them voice memos. Your heart cannot come across in words on a text. The reason I have so many people following me and reaching out to me now is my Facebook Lives. It all started, honestly, you guys, those Facebook Lives started when I was on my truck. I've got it right here. I'm not going to take, because these other ladies, you all need to hear their stories. But guys, when I was on my semi truck, I started doing Facebook Lives every day to get off the truck. You know how I got people involved? I started doing a 100-day countdown, because I stepped out as an emerald, you guys. God laid it on my heart, and he said, in 100 days, if you step out and you claim it today, August 17th, you claim it today, August 14th, sorry, senior moment, August 14th, you claim it today, you're going to be off this truck in 100 days. I went to Dollar Tree with my semi truck. I bought this, you guys, this ratty green poster board. It has 100 days, and it says 100-day countdown. Mission, get mama out of the truck. Every single night I did a Facebook Live. People started joining me. They were cheering for me. They were rooting for me. That got me doing my Facebook Lives. The support that I got doing something as simple as that. If you're running for something, you guys, make yourself a chart, get people involved. People want to root on the underdog. People want to see you succeed. We don't live in a world of just hateful people out there. We live in a world of people that truly do want to help one another. Don't listen to the freaking news. God is bigger. I serve a God that loves everybody. And I'm telling you, get people involved in your journey. Do something like that. If you're afraid to do a Facebook Live, guys, this is network marketing. If you want your business to explode, you got to get uncomfortable. You have got to get uncomfortable. You've got to let people hear you speak. That's how they're going to know who you are. It's scary your first time. My first Facebook Live I did was from the seat of a semi truck. I called my daughter afterwards. I had sweat in my armpits. I was hoping it didn't show up on the Facebook Live. Like, I was so nervous. But after I did that first one, my daughter said, "You did it, Mom. You did it. Nothing bad happened to you. You did it." And every single one gets easier and easier and easier. But guys, you gotta let people hear your voice, because that's how they hear your heart. If you ask me how I built my business, it's from doing Facebook Lives and letting people hear me. It is not about making the post on Facebook. It's those Facebook Lives that I do every day. That is what has exploded my business.
So good. Thank you so much. You guys, honestly, she's just showing up. She's showing up. She's doing all the things and she's working her business. And you just got to find the way that works best for you. For her, it's Facebook Lives. Who's tried Facebook Lives? Like, have you tried everything yet? Have you found that thing that you love? It's so important to find that thing that you love and just run with it like she has. So thank you so much for sharing such good tips. I'm just loving this so much, and I'm excited to hear from Karen Mclafferty next. She is on our team, so I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. And if you just want to tell us a little bit about where you're from, your story, your age, and just the background on It Works, and then we'll dive into some questions.
We good?
Yes, we're good.
Oh my God, it's so hard to follow that. Oh my goodness gracious. Mama B, yeah. Oh, I heard her at conference too, and it was just amazing. And oh, okay. Well, I'm Karen Mclafferty, and yes, I'm on this team, and I am a Ruby leader, and I am from Clayton, North Carolina, which is just south of Raleigh, little town, which is getting bigger. And basically moved here like 4 years ago. And here's my picture.
Sorry, it took me a second.
My story is very different, although I've been through a lot of the things that Carolyn has been through. I went through a divorce years ago. I've had a long life. Yes, I am 73 years old. I'm probably the oldest one on the team. I don't know. Carolyn says she has somebody 78, so she's older than I am, and that's awesome. I don't think of age as relevant in anything that I do. I never have. No job that I've ever had in the past, I've never thought about that. And it's really funny that, you know, God has always brought me around younger women, younger people, wherever I've worked. And I just feel like this is the same kind of thing. I've been in the business now for about a year and a half, just about a year and a half. And I stayed as a distributor for a long time. There's all kinds of obstacles that were in my way, but I just kept pushing through them. And I went to conference last year, or this year, actually, it was last February. Can't believe it's been that long. And I got to really see the vision of It Works and what it is. And that really spurred me on. And a couple months later, that's when I went Ruby, and I just jumped from distributor to Ruby. And I'm pushing that to do the same thing with Diamond now. And I'm just very excited about all that God is doing. And I really rely on him for everything, because he's, as Mama B said, he has a plan and a purpose for all of our lives, and he puts us right where he wants us. And the people that I contact are going to be different from everybody on the team. So he's got a plan and a purpose for every single person here on this earth. And I feel like this is definitely a part of his plan, because I was praying really hard a year and a half ago. We had some unexpected bills pop up, and honestly, with the small savings that we had and the retirement that we were living on, I didn't think we were going to make it, to be honest with you. And so I prayed and prayed. I thought about going back to work. I am a registered nurse, and I've worked in that field for most of my life. I even thought about going back to work in my 70s to do that. And honestly, I just didn't want to. I just did not want to. I really was content to be at home. And I really didn't want to leave my husband again. You know, we retired. So, but I knew I wanted to do something. I love people, and I wanted to help people. And that's always been in my heart. And so I was watching this young mom on Facebook, and for a couple of months. And finally, she invited me to watch a watch party with Katie. And that very night, that's when I jumped in, and I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely nothing. I just knew that I needed something. I knew I needed to lose weight. I needed to lose 30 pounds at that time. I've now lost 40. But I needed something. I needed something in my life. And I just really felt led by God that was an answer to prayer. And it certainly has been amazing, an amazing journey this past year and a half. I've met so many people. And honestly, you know, we traveled for a long period of time. My kids are all grown up. My grandkids are all grown up, having great grandkids now. And, you know, they're all busy with their lives. And it's great that we live in a place where, you know, they're not that far away. So we can travel to them. But this is my family. This is really my family right now. This is where I get my encouragement. This is where I get my positivity every single day. And from the people that are on my team, and all of you girls out there, and guys. And I just, you know, that's just where I'm at. I just love what I'm doing. I love this company. I love the products. And I'm a product of the product. That's me. And I love to share it. And I love to tell people about it. And I do lives on Facebook. Yes, I was very nervous the first time I did it. I have not done a TikTok, but I'm telling myself by the end of this month, I'm going to get a TikTok in the next couple of days. And I'll share it all with you when that all happens, if I can figure out how to do it. But, you know, I've never let those obstacles stand in my way. I've always tried to do a lot of things that, you know, okay, it's a challenge. Let's take it on. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, I hopped off because my internet kicked me off, but I heard everything you're saying. I'm actually on my phone. This is so embarrassing. I don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi tonight, but I'm hearing everything on here. And your story, you guys, what's so important is everyone's story is just so different. And I think, like you saying, like you had retirement and you weren't sure if you guys were going to make it, like that's something I don't like necessarily think about, is like how many people, you know, are on retirement, or, you know, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I go into grocery stores and I see older people, and it makes sense. They're working part-time jobs when they're supposed to be relaxing, when they're supposed to be enjoying, you know, the rest of the years ahead. And it's crazy to me, like how many people are out there, like maybe they could do this. Maybe that's the market that we all need to tap into, is the people that want to stay at home and enjoy their life and live this, vacation, home, dream, travel, work on your phone life like we have. And it's so important. Like, I feel like just another moment to remember, like, everybody needs this business. So Karen, I have a question. Was there any point in this business where you thought, okay, there's no way I can do this? Like, after you signed up, did you have a moment where you're like, what am I getting myself into?
No, I've never had that moment. Absolutely not. I've been discouraged. I've had to pick myself up. I mean, that's why I journal every day. I journaled long before I saw this business. I always been journaling for a long time, every single day. And I do that faithfully. And that keeps me going, whatever I'm feeling. And now, I just tell myself who I am in the Lord, who I am His, and He's got a plan and a purpose. He's got a future. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And I'm ready to help as many people as I can along the way to have the same kind of hope. Like Mama B said, we give them hope. And it's really important to do that. So important. This world needs us. This world needs us. It's not about us even. It's all about them. It's all about God using us to help them. And that's my heart. Yeah, I'm going to cry too. I get that way too.
It's so special to remember, like, it's not about us at the end of the day. It's not. And like, we have so much ahead of us and so many people that we haven't even met yet whose lives we're going to touch, such as your own, you guys. So Karen, I love everything you said. It honestly, like, it's so.
Whoops.
Okay, sorry. It's so good to hear from you because I don't hear from you a whole lot on the page, and just hearing you talk, like, I loved everything you just said. It's so special. And I just want to know more of like what you're doing to sign customers, what you're doing to sign distributors. What are your methods? What are your techniques? What are you doing?
I think I do the same thing everybody else does. I've just learned the process, learned how to, the host to post and the follow-ups and doing the KPI. And I do a few things that I didn't do. I learned with the KPI, I've learned to reach out to people who host to post. I wasn't doing that. And actually the last few distributors I've gotten have been from that. So, I mean, I'm learning all the time. I'm very teachable. Ask Lonnie, who's my upline. I'm always asking her questions and, feeling dumb and stupid sometimes, but because I might repeat myself. But she's so great. She's so great.
So any last tip you want to leave us tonight about something that's just unique to your success and what you've done, and something you feel like on your heart that you could tell that person right now that's, this within the same age group you are, and that they're doubting themselves, and just, something just to leave them with, to make them think a little more about, just staying with this business and continuing and fighting for your dreams no matter what age. What would you have to say to that person? What tip do you have?
If I can do it, they can do it. Okay. I've always felt like, retirement is a great word, but I like the word refirement. That's my word. I like refirement better than retirement. And that's what I've always said and always written and journaled. I'm refired. I'm not retired. And this has helped to refire me even more so. And
I love that.
I don't think about age again. Age is, just not relevant. And, people ask me sometimes, what is your secret? What do you do? What keeps you looking the way you do? And I don't really have, I've always tried to take care of myself. I've always tried to stay healthy. I've always tried to use really good products on my skin and everything. But I think the biggest thing too, is I look in the mirror every single day and I say to myself, or say to myself in the mirror, your youth is being renewed like the eagle. And that's a promise from God. And I say that every single day. And that's what I tell people. Plain and simple.
Okay, first of all, boom. Mic drop. Like literally someone said pick up the phone and call Mark right now, because I think if he heard that, he would probably start saying that like all the time. That is just, I've never heard that before. I love that you came up with that. And my gosh. Okay, I'm taken back by the Zoom. I'm like super emotional and just loving every moment of you guys just talking tonight. And I think this is just going to be such a special Zoom. I'm going to want to rewatch it too. Thank you so much, Karen. I know I have chills too this entire time listening on my phone because my internet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next and last guest. Last but not least, let me go ahead and pull up Kim. Okay, Kim, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. I'm so excited to hear from you because I have not spoken to you personally until I reached out to you about this Zoom. But Katie was raving about you. I've heard so many amazing things about you and customer enrolling. And so I just am going to unmute you and give you the spotlight and tell us a little bit about your background, your story, how you were approached, why you joined, and what It Works has done for you. And then we'll go ahead and hop into questions too.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Kim, and I'm from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm 50 years old, and I started this business back in June. Before that, I was working at a car dealer, and in 2018, I was on a cruise, and I wasn't happy with where I was in life. I wasn't happy with my job, and I was on the cruise, and I remember saying, I can't do this anymore. I can't go back to that life. I can't be miserable and work for somebody at 9 to 5, you know, putting the time in. And I just felt like I wanted a purpose in my life. So long story short, we came back from our cruise and we had a major flood in my house. Major. We were out of the house for a year. It was awful. So I was staying down the Jersey Shore with family. And then eventually I got back in my house, and I was on Facebook and I saw something about a weight loss product, and I was in the market of looking for something to lose weight. And I went and I ordered it. And then I guess a couple days later, Joanne, who's my upline, she reached out to me and said, would I be interested in doing the business? And I was thinking for a while doing something online and working from home, working for myself. And I just said yes. It was 1, 2, 3. I said yes. And I joined and I said, what do I have to lose? It's either I give it my all. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not the end of the world. And then I started working, and I love doing what I'm doing. I feel like this is my purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. And I met amazing, amazing women and men for that matter as well, just amazing people. And I'm just so fortunate for this business. I absolutely love it. This is the best job I've ever had. I feel like, you know, I love the fact that I have a routine, but if I need to break that routine, I can. I answer to myself, and you get out of it what you put into it. And I just really am blessed to have this opportunity. And also, I just have to say, after following these 2 other women, you 2 are amazing. And I'm like, I have to speak after they did. I don't know how this is going to work, but you know.
So you're doing great. It's so good to hear from you. And so I am curious, when it comes to loyal customers, how are you signing them? And let's just go ahead and like, how many have you signed in a day? What is your like best numbers in a month? I'm not sure when you joined, but I've heard like you enrolled multiple in a day, something crazy. I don't know. I haven't asked you personally, but how are you signing customers, and are you using the products? What are you sending? Maybe you can share like a message or something that you send to get people in the system.
Okay. Well, basically I do host a post. I mean, I try to get out 10 or more a day. And from time to time, there's one that blows up that I get so many orders from. Yes, I am using the products. I use the hair, skin, and nails, the probiotics, I love the Just Celery, the Skinny Brew. I use a lot of the products, and I love the products. I love how they work. I love that they're all natural plant-based products. And I would say how I get my customers is basically the host posts and just word of mouth. I mean, I think last week I had 7 loyal customers in a day, which I was happy about that. And it was just from one host post, one hat. It just, you know, that I don't have a problem getting the loyal customers now. I do have to work on getting DTs. That is, you know, I have to work on that. That's not my strongest suit. And also, most of my business is from Facebook. I am learning Instagram now, and I will do a TikTok as well this month. Next month, I'll make sure I get one out. So.
Okay, did you guys hear that? 7 in one day. Like, I don't even know if I've ever done that. That's crazy. So, okay, when it comes to selling products, you're obviously doing host to post, word of mouth. What are you posting about, and what are you selling the most of? And like, is there a reason why you sell the most of that? Is it because of just something you're using, or do you have your own before and after pictures?
No, I don't have any before and afters, but the cleanse, I sell a ton of the cleanse. I mean, that's my number one host to post. People just seem to really like that and want to order that. That's definitely probably 90% of my orders are the cleanse, I would say. And then I do the the Thermophyte X, but the cleanse is definitely my number one. And then skinny.
Okay. So my next question is, what are your biggest dreams when it comes to this business? So I know you said you're 50, right?
Yes.
You've probably done a lot in your life. Do you ever feel like you accomplished your dreams? And are you dreaming now to hit those dreams that maybe you didn't reach, or do you have new dreams? Tell us about that.
Well, this definitely is my dream, this business. And I just know that I'm going to go far with this business. I mean, I believe I am, and I journal every morning, and I really feel that if I put the work into it, it's going to pay off. And I just know it. I feel in my heart that I will go far with this business, and I have to believe in myself in order to get there. So every day I constantly talk to myself and say, you can do this, you got this. And, you know, and I'm very passionate about what this company is all about. So
good. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave this off with a tip to whatever else you feel like you want to share. What is one thing you've learned in this business, you know, that has literally just made everything like a huge difference for you and how you work your business? What is one thing you could share with somebody else that's your age that could possibly relate to that situation?
Well, I think you need to believe in yourself and know that you can do this. If you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. I really do feel that you have to know you will do this. And there's so much support. This is like one big family. I mean, just this morning I woke up and I was feeling a little defeated. So I called my Diamond upline, and I talked to her, and, you know, it's such a sense of community here, and everybody is cheering everybody on, and everybody wants everybody to do well. And I just feel that it doesn't get much better than this, you know.
Thank you so much. I'm like, all three of you guys were incredible. I'm so thankful for you ladies hopping on. I'm going to go ahead and hop back over, and I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Does anybody have any questions for these ladies while we're on here? Go ahead and put them in the chat now. I just want to share some things with you guys. I hope you can't hear my other phone in the background. But on my other Zoom that I did last night, I was talking about different ways that you can post. And so I feel like this is a great way to close this out, especially for the older women who maybe look at their uplines and their team members and they see them, you know, with the cute little kids and the cute this and the cute that. I still remember to this day, there was this woman that I was a sideline sister with, And she was almost, I don't want to say jealous, but just kind of aggravated that we were having so much success on our team, and said, "Oh, I can never do that. They're just young and cute and they get all the attention," which obviously after tonight, we learned that was, not true. It has nothing to do with how you look or what you have, or, once again, what age you are. None of that matters. And so, for somebody that maybe is thinking that way, or maybe you're on here right now, maybe after tonight you're still having some doubts, I just want to challenge you right now. I want to challenge you to be consistent with your posts on social media and show up as that next level you. And that next level you may be completely different than my next level me. My next level me is somebody that shows up consistently, is doing Facebook Lives confidently. I am working out every day. I'm really broadcasting in all directions on my social media account health and wellness and products and well-being and success, and encouraging other women to do the same. And I asked myself something the other day. I'm an influencer, right? I'm, influencing people to join the business and buy the products, but what else am I influencing? Sit there for a second and think like, oh my God, I'm missing that one thing. I feel like besides the products in the business, I don't know what else I'm influencing. And so I have completely mapped out who I want to become now, and who I want to rise up and turn into. And it's so awesome, you guys. Like, if we all look at where we are right now, it's so different than where we started. Like, we've rose up a word? We've risen up so much that honestly, it's so exciting to think about who we're going to become in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, right? But what I want y'all to do is just challenge yourself tonight, starting tonight, okay, not in the morning, starting tonight, to be consistent with your post and start showing up as that person. It, like I said, it looks different for every single one of you guys. Go ahead and put in the chat 3 things that next level person is going to start doing on social media. Go ahead, put it in the chat so we can just inspire each other with all the things that we're thinking about that we want to do right now. We want to plan out, right? I want y'all tonight to make a post, okay? Something you haven't done before. And so what I talked about on my Zoom last night was 7 ways to post about your success, okay? So, or to post about the business, so that way you can be successful. And so I want y'all to grab a pen and a paper, because I think a lot of people need to hear this again. And also for those of you who haven't heard it, to write this down, because I think it's just honestly really good stuff, and is going to help you more with a roadmap to posting, and not overthinking it, and not feeling like you have to do what she's doing. You have to do what, the younger people are doing. You just got to show up as you. You just got to show up as the best version of you. Age is out of the picture, right? And these are the 7 things that I want you guys to post about. All right. So how do we sign distributors? Okay. Obviously, we are talking about the business. We're showing our success, all of that, right? But I want to break it down even smaller for you. So that way, every single day in the week, you have something to post about. And so what I do is I have these in my phone right here. Okay. And so when I go ahead and I post topic number 1, I'm going to put an emoji right next to it. So that way I know I posted about it this week. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to post number 6, and I'm going to put an emoji next to it knowing I did that. And I'm going to post all of these until I have all the emojis next to it on my phone. Think of it as like a check mark. It's like I'm putting that emoji there as a check mark, right? And I'm going to see that. And then I'm going to erase all the emojis and start over. And this is going to create a consistent pattern of talking about number 1 every week, talking about number 2 every week. Okay. So you ready to know the numbers? All right. Number 1 is the success you're having right now in your business. Okay. So you want to post stories and posts of how your business is growing present time. So the success you're having right now. So that could look like, I'm so excited. I just got off of this Zoom. It totally inspired me. And in the meantime, our team has added 5 new customers on today. I am so excited. Our business is growing. So something like that. Okay. Number 2 is showing your enrollments. You guys, all of these ladies on here, we're enrolling customers, they're enrolling team members. Show that. If you're doing that daily, weekly, that is posts, mile longs of posts that you have to make to show that you are doing the things behind the scenes, okay? Number 3, showing yourself working behind the scenes, which is what we're going to do right now. So everybody's going to take out their phone and they're going to take a picture or get their spouse to take a picture of them right now, showing you're in your PJs, showing that you're in bed or maybe up cleaning the house at night, getting the kids. I want you to show that you're on a Zoom right now, okay? And you are working hard behind the scenes for your business, okay? Number 4 is plans on what you're working on. And so the same way Mama B had that big poster and she talked about how many days until she comes home, she was showing up and showing her audience that they were in and 100% connected with her on that journey. That is so important because once you say, I'm buying a house soon, I'm going to work so hard, I'm going to buy a house, or I'm going to buy the best Christmas ever for my kids, then you're showing the enrollments behind the scenes. Like, think about that. People are going to be watching you. And then when they see you hit it, it's over. They're on your team. Okay. And that is a weekly update after you kind of announce what you're working towards. Number 5, how you're helping others, how you're helping your team, how you're helping another woman in her 50s, how you're helping another mom. Show people that you are moving and making a difference, helping other people. This is going to build trust in those people that they can trust you, okay? And that's really important because for people to join you, they need to know, like, and trust you, okay? Number 6 is past, present, future. So it's really your story. Everything that this, Zoom was about, they talked about where they came from, where they're at, and where they're going. Okay, so important that you're sharing your story. And this, post number 6 is going to be a more in-depth version of your story, which, you can talk about so many things. You could talk about debt. You could talk about, retiring. You can talk about, whatever. How I used to work full time and now I'm home, and how I was on food stamps, okay? But now I'm here. That's number 6, okay? And number 7, what you're buying and what you're sharing and what your business is paying for. And we are in such an amazing season to be posting about those things. I just want to add this in here, you guys. We are in seed planting season. We are also in boom season. So doing those two things is a lot. Enrolling like crazy because everybody wants to join this business right now, but also planting so many seeds, because whatever and whoever you talk to, whatever you do for the next couple months is going to set you up for that fast promotion in January, February, March. It's going to seem so simple because of what you're doing right now. So I hope those 7 ideas helped you. So that way, when you're done with all 7, then you can start back up at whatever number you want next week. And it's a consistent pattern. So that way, it doesn't matter who you are, you follow that, and there's going to be people coming and knocking on your door and liking your posts for you to message you guys. And so Mama B wants to add one more thing, so I'm going to go ahead and unmute her, and then I'm not sure if we had any questions. What is a bestseller among customers around your age? I don't know, but one thing I can tell you is all these ladies are using the skincare. I'm going to tell you that right now because you guys look amazing. Seriously, I think everyone in here was like, you do not look 50. You do not look that. You guys look beautiful, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, and you're going to just go ahead and close it out for us, because I know whatever you got to say is going to just, once again, make everybody emotional.
Okay, so the one thing I didn't touch on, and Kim actually started to bring it up, is like having that belief, you guys. And if you're not doing self-development, like, look, I'm old school, you guys. Like, the thought when someone first mentioned self-development to me, they might as well have been speaking Chinese to me. It's like, I have made it to in my mid 50s and I have never done self-development. Because I always live my life just to make everyone else happy. How many of y'all can relate to that? That you live your life and you put yourself on the back burner because you're a mom, you're a wife, and this is the first time in my entire life that I'm actually putting me first. And it feels pretty darn awesome, you guys. But what I found is this book is everything to me. This I Declare book by Joel Osteen, Daily Affirmations. And I'm not going to read all these that I flagged. Like, I've read this through so many times. Now when I do it on a Facebook Live. Every morning when I'm doing my coffee, I always read from this because I know it's inspiring me. So I know it's inspiring some other people. I'm just going to read two of my favorites. These are really quick, but guys, when I read these, like if I read these every single day, this one says, I declare it is not too late to accomplish everything God has placed in my heart. I have not missed my window of opportunity. God has moments of favor in my future. He is preparing me right now because he is about to release a special grace to help me accomplish that dream. This is my time. This is my moment. I receive it today. This is my declaration. Guys, that and this other one, I got to read this. There's one more that I want to read to you. I declare that God has a great plan for my life. He is directing my steps. And even though I may not always understand how, I know my situation is not a surprise to God. He will work out every detail to my advantage in his perfect timing, and everything will turn out right. Guys, your problems are not, you don't have bigger problems that are bigger than my big God. We serve a big God. If you're struggling with something tonight, lay it down at God's feet. Don't pick it back up. Leave it there. If you believe in God, leave it there. Don't pick that garbage back up, because God will take care of it for you. That's the whole meaning of faith, guys. Faith the size of a mustard seed. You just have to know that God is working everything out for you. And I'm telling you, if you're not doing self-development, do some self-development, you guys. It is so important. Like on a morning you wake up and, I've had a rough week. The last 10 days, Brittany knows, my little sister died a week ago. But you know what? You know why I celebrate? Because she's no longer in the hospital and she's no longer sick. God took her home. I thank God that he called my sister home. Like, I could sit here and I could be crying over the fact that I lost my sister. But you know what? My sister for 2 years has suffered in hospitals. I laid it at God's feet. I said, take her home. He took her home, you guys. I'm not sad. I'm not sad about that because I'm going to see her one day. I'm going to be there. But you know what? I'm going to live the most amazing life in honor of her. So guys, just understand you're made for greatness because God created you. It was no accident God created you. You're all made for greatness.
Such an important message. I'm so glad you shared that. And honestly, just hearing everybody talk tonight just was something I needed personally. Hearing everything come out of all three of your mouths, I can listen to all of them. I could do this again for another hour, honestly. You're so strong. And once again, I am so sorry for your loss. And we're so thankful for you and Kim and Karen. And the Zoom was amazing, you guys. And I just want to leave you with one thing. Just remember, it is never too late. There is no such thing as too late. God has plans for you. Even though you feel like there may not be plans ahead, there's plans, and there's great plans ahead for you. And so never forget, you are loved and you are worthy, and you are just as worthy as anybody else that's at the top, and you can be there too, guys. So, all right, everyone, have an awesome night. Thank you all so much.